In August 1963, people from across the country gathered on the National Mall for the March on Washington. They called for racial equality. The turnout was a credit to community organizers, like Eleanor Holmes Norton. She was working in New York City and flew over Washington the morning of the march.
You could already see people assembling in such large numbers that it was clear, unmistakably clear to me that this march was going to be successful.
Thelma Daley was among those who gathered that day. At a recent event in Washington, she recalled what happened on August 28, 1963.
And we stood there in amazement because we were early and we were up front, and we could see people coming and coming and coming and coming, which was, you look back and you say, gee, you were really a part of that.
Daley attended the march with friends after learning about it from Dorothy Height, president of the National Council of Negro Women.
We were also excited that Dr. Height was going to be on the stage. And the amazing thing is that we were waiting for Dr. Height to speak. I have to tell you that. We were waiting, the group of us who had come. We didn't know the full story then.
The story was that Height wasn't among the designated speakers, despite her prominence. The female voices on stage that day were mostly singing, not speaking.
He's got the wind and the rain. In his hands he's got the moon and the stars. In his hands.
Yet women and girls were key figures in the civil rights movement. Like Ruby Bridges Hall, who met with President Obama at the White House in 2011, where an iconic painting was on display. It captured her walk into school, protected by federal marshals, as she became the first black student to attend a desegregated school in New Orleans in 1960.
The girl in that painting at 6 years old knew absolutely nothing about racism. I was going to school that day.
Another flashpoint, a church bombing in Birmingham, Alabama that killed 4 black girls. The murders, weeks after the March on Washington, sparked nationwide outrage. This year, the girls were awarded Congressional Gold Medals. And Rosa Parks, a name synonymous with civil rights. In 1955, she refused to move to the back of a bus in the segregated South and was arrested. Black residents of Montgomery, Alabama staged a bus boycott. President Obama spoke at the unveiling of a statue in her honor at the Capitol this year.
And in a single moment, with the simplest of gestures, she helped change America and change the world.
Changes brought about in part by women decades ago who are now being recognized for it. Suzanne Presto, VOA News, Washington.